Hello everyone, welcome to Life Philosophy Talks. As life draws to a close, every elderly person faces an unavoidable question. Should we save them or not? But who holds the decision-making power? Who has the final say in this crucial choice? This is a weighty and complex topic that involves not only medical decisions, but also ethical, legal, and familial considerations. With advances in medical technology, elderly individuals often face a range of treatment options in their final days. However, it's worth reflecting on whether these interventions truly contribute to their health and well-being. The elderly, their families, doctors, and even legal frameworks play crucial roles in this process. While the elders' wishes should always be prioritized, when they can no longer express themselves, the decision falls on the shoulders of their loved ones and medical professionals. 1. Choices and dignity. The elderly's last stand when illness strikes and the body begins to fail. The decision to continue life-saving measures is more than just a medical one. It is an emotional and ethical struggle. In many cases, when the elderly can no longer make decisions for themselves due to illness or loss of consciousness, their families and doctors must face this difficult decision. However, when the elderly are still capable of expressing their desires, their wishes should be respected. The end of life is a deeply personal matter, and respecting an elder's choice means honoring their dignity, a fundamental aspect of humanity. In many countries, the concept of dignified death has become a widely discussed topic. This philosophy advocates for allowing patients to maintain their dignity during their final stages of life, minimizing unnecessary medical interventions, and enabling them to pass peacefully. However, implementing this ideal can be challenging, especially when the wishes of family members conflict with those of the patient. Take the case of 90-year-old Mrs. Zhang. After multiple hospitalizations and treatments, she entered the late stages of a chronic illness. Though the treatments failed to improve her quality of life, she was still able to clearly express her desire to avoid excessive treatment and instead receive palliative care. However, her son, driven by filial piety and a sense of responsibility, strongly insisted on continuing any and all possible life-saving measures, despite the slim chances of success. Here, the emotional needs of the family conflicted with the patient's autonomy, leaving the doctors and hospital caught in the middle. On the one hand, the doctors wished to respect the patient's choice and follow medical ethics by avoiding unnecessary interventions. On the other hand, the family, motivated by love and duty, wanted to try one more time and demanded continued treatment. Medically speaking, many life-saving treatments, especially for the elderly in their final days, are often high-cost, low-return. Studies suggest that prolonged treatments in intensive care may not significantly extend life, but could instead cause more suffering. In contrast, palliative care focuses on reducing pain and offering comfort during end-of-life moments, providing peace and dignity to the patient. Some advanced healthcare systems, such as those in the Netherlands and Switzerland, have introduced mechanisms like advance directives, allowing individuals to make critical healthcare decisions in advance while they are still healthy. These directives help ensure that the patient's wishes are respected and followed, avoiding ethical dilemmas when emergencies arise. In China and many other Asian countries, familial responsibility plays a significant role in medical decisions. Out of filial piety, children often refuse to give up on their parents' treatment. However, many families fail to realize that excessive treatment might lead to more suffering for their elderly loved ones, rather than preserving their quality of life. Mrs. Zhang's case is not unique. Conflicts between the elderly's wishes and their family's choices are common in real life. Therefore, communication between doctors, patients, and families is crucial during the final stages of life. Through honest discussions, families can better understand the true wishes of their loved ones, and medical decisions can align more closely with the patient's life goals and dignity. 2. Family and hospital. Facing life's final challenge together when an elderly person is unable to express their wishes in the final stages of life the decision-making power typically falls to the family and doctors. This decision often comes with emotional pressure and a deep sense of responsibility. Under the influence of traditional values like filial piety, many families insist on continuing life-extending treatments, even when the elderly have little hope of recovery. However, excessive interventions can increase the elderly person's suffering and place an immense psychological and financial burden on their families. Take the case of 78-year-old Mr. Lee, who was hospitalized after a severe stroke and was kept alive on a ventilator. The doctors informed his family that his condition was critical and that further treatment would only extend his life, without improving his quality of life. They recommended stopping futile interventions and transitioning to palliative care to provide a peaceful environment for his final days. However, Mr. Lee's daughter, overwhelmed with emotion, refused to give up on her father and insisted on continuing treatment. Mr. Lee spent several more days in the ICU, receiving costly treatments that not only failed to save him, but also imposed significant emotional and financial strain on his family. In the final stages of life, communication between families and doctors is critical. Doctors provide expert advice, but the ultimate decision rests with the family. By planning ahead, thinking rationally, and respecting the dignity of life, families and medical teams can face this challenge together, avoiding the burden of unnecessary interventions. 3. Money and life. The unavoidable reality during the last stages of life. Medical costs often become a significant factor in decision-making. While modern medicine offers a range of life-saving technologies like ICU care and ventilators, these treatments come with a hefty price tag. For many families, the decision is even harder when faced with high medical expenses. Long hospital stays, advanced equipment, and intensive care often lead families into financial difficulties, or even into debt. How can we balance life and financial burden? In the final stages of life, balancing quality of life with economic considerations becomes a shared responsibility between families and medical professionals. To avoid unnecessary financial strain, planning ahead is essential. In recent years, palliative care has been increasingly promoted by medical institutions worldwide. Palliative care focuses on providing comfort, minimizing invasive treatments, and significantly reducing medical expenses, helping patients pass away with dignity in their final days. When making decisions about end-of-life care, rational analysis of both economic costs and medical benefits is crucial. Families must consider emotional needs while also respecting the elderly's wishes, making decisions that are realistic and thoughtful. With proper planning and appropriate medical care, families can avoid the psychological and financial burdens of excessive interventions and ensure their loved ones can pass away with dignity. 4. Respect and love. Letting life end with dignity in the final stages of life. The focus should not be on how many interventions are performed, but on how much the elderly's wishes are respected. In today's medical environment, excessive treatment may not only fail to improve the quality of life, but may strip away an elderly person's dignity, causing unnecessary physical and emotional suffering. To allow the elderly to pass away with dignity, families and doctors must find a balance between emotion, medical ethics, and practical considerations. Medically, many life-saving treatments do not significantly extend life, especially for elderly patients with terminal illnesses. Instead, respecting their wishes and choosing palliative care may be a more dignified option. Palliative care focuses on relieving physical pain and providing emotional support, allowing patients to pass peacefully during their final moments. Take the example of 85-year-old Mrs. Liu, who was diagnosed with terminal cancer. After undergoing several rounds of chemotherapy, her body became extremely weak, and she entered the final stages of life. Mrs. Liu made it clear that she did not want any more invasive treatments and wished to spend her remaining days peacefully, surrounded by family. Her family respected her decision and opted for palliative care. The doctors focused on pain management and psychological support, helping her pass away in peace and dignity. Globally, the concept of advance directives is gaining traction. This system allows individuals to express their preferences for major medical decisions while they are still healthy. In particular, for those in the late stages of life, these directives ensure that their wishes are respected, even if they lose the ability to communicate. Advance directives typically include decisions about resuscitation, ventilator use, and the option for palliative care. With clear instructions, families and doctors can follow the patient's true wishes, avoiding the emotional and ethical conflicts that arise in emergency situations. How can we plan for the future and ensure that love and respect accompany the end of life? In the final stages of life, respecting the elderly's wishes is the ultimate act of care. With advanced directives and palliative care, families and doctors can ensure that the elderly do not endure unnecessary suffering, allowing them to pass away with dignity. This not only honors the elderly's life, but also expresses the deepest form of love from their family. Conclusion: balancing love, respect, and reality in end-of-life decisions in the final stages of an elderly person's life. The decision of whether to save or not save is not just a technical matter, but a complex balance of emotions, ethics, and reality. This decision requires careful consultation among the elderly, their families, and doctors, with respect and love at the core. Families and doctors must work together to find solutions that honor the elderly's wishes while being practical. By respecting the natural course of life and providing the elderly with the dignity and care they deserve, we can offer them the most meaningful farewell. That's all for today's sharing, and thank you for watching. If you enjoyed our content, please remember to subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell so you can be the first to get the latest video updates. Thank you for your support.